We're gonna be developed. This whole area is gonna be developed.
High rises are moving in.
It's pretty sad because all the small business is gonna be gone from here.
Mom and pop shops are moving out.
And just lose a little bit of that charm.
A look at the latest development, changing the character of a neighborhood.
She followed the lead of her veterinarian,
I just believed that he would heal because that's what I was told.
but was led astray.
It was an extremely overwhelming, shocking moment for me. I have gone through so much trying to care for him.
The warning one woman has after she says negligence led to her dog's death.
Plus, if you ever wanted to own a town in Colorado, now's your chance. Thank you for joining us tonight for Denver 7 News at 6. I'm Micah Smith.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. Glad you're with us tonight. Catering to a growing metro area comes with a price, and a price being paid now by small businesses.
Another multi-story apartment complex is planned for the area near 7th and Lincoln in downtown Denver, right across the street from the Denver 7 building.
So the Turn Bike Shop at 7th and Lincoln is going out of business, and in its place, a possible 18-story high-rise.
Denver 7's Russell Haythorne is there. Russell, this is a familiar shop to many in town, including us.
Yeah, Micah, the Turn Bike Shop sits right here on this corner of 7th and Lincoln. And then on the opposite corner is our building, Denver 7. And then on the opposite side of Turin is City Bakery to the north. It's a row of businesses and buildings all set to meet the same fate soon, the wrecking ball. It could be the end of another neighborhood favorite.
We're gonna be developed. This whole area is gonna be developed. It's gonna be probably apartments and retails and parking lot.
Genival Santos owns City Bakery, a staple in Govs Park for nearly a decade.
I think it would be really sad to lose like a bakery like this and just lose a little bit of that charm.
Mom and pop charm, a victim yet again to redevelopment. City Bakery and Turin Bikes next door were both recently purchased. Denver developer Carmel Partners has submitted plans for 700 Lincoln, which means knocking down one of Denver's oldest bike shops with plans to replace it with an 18-story mix of shops, parking, and apartments.
It's pretty sad because all the small business is gonna be gone from here.
It is definitely an area of town in major transition. A bird's eye view showcases that. Right beside Turin, on the right of your screen, 7S Denver House towers, where a 2-story mid-century once stood. 1 block down, Denver mainstay Racine's is gone. Now a big hole where another multi-story building will soon rise. A block from that, the Gables Apartments replaced a gas station, and a block from that, Aspire 7th and Grant offers brand new luxury living.
I think that that's the nature of cities. They change. It's important for residents to be open to that.
And across from that, our building, Denver 7, will soon be demolished too, purchased by PMG out of New York and Miami.
We were really excited to have Turin be across the street from us. That charm is what brought us to that specific neighborhood within Denver.
At the same time, Evan Shapiro and PMG realize what's happening to Turin is similar to Denver 7 and the need for more housing in a city bursting at the seams.
We never look at additional development as a threat to us.
The difference being Denver 7 needed to move for more space, while mom and pops are often forced out by the pressures of redevelopment.
Change all over the place, you know, that's development.
That's happening to a lot of places where they're just getting run out and then they don't know where to go.
Here's the good news for Turin Bike Shop fans. They will be open again this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For those of you who want to get in on these closeout sales, both Turin and City Bakery have expressed an interest in relocating, but with sky-high rents throughout Metro Denver, neither shop knows where exactly yet. We're live in Denver tonight. Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.
So much change. Russell Haythorne actually right outside that door. Thanks, Russell. Nice job on that. And more development was planned for an area just a block north of where that latest development's coming. But last year, developers withdrew their request for a demolition certificate for Mizuna, Luca, Lou's Food Bar, and Vesper Lounge. A group of Denver residents were looking at filing an application to designate that area as a landmark.
We have new video for you tonight showing Arapahoe County deputies going to great lengths to save 2 dogs trapped in a fire. Overnight, they responded to a fire at an RV. When they got there, they found 2 unconscious dogs who had inhaled too much smoke. Deputies performed chest compressions on the dogs and used oxygen masks to revive them. The fire chief of Sable Altura Fire Rescue transported the dogs to a veterinary hospital, even though they have never transported animals before. We have a crew talking with the Arapahoe County deputies right now. We'll have their account of what happened tonight on Denver 7 News at 10.
Criminal charges have now been dismissed against 96-year-old man accused of killing an assisted living employee. Doctors say it's unlikely that Okie Payne will ever be fit to stand trial. Now, he was charged with first-degree murder in the death of Ricardo Medina Rojas. Prosecutors did not object to the motion to dismiss. Payne now will be admitted to the Colorado Mental Health Institute down in Pueblo.
If you have a pet, you know how hard it can be to find a good veterinarian. A Buena Vista woman tragically found out how important it is to do a thorough search. Denver 7's Bayan Wang shares her story and some of the best tips to vet your veterinarian.
He was the sunshine of this farm. He made everybody laugh.
His name was Stripe.
He is a Chihuahua mix.
And Monica Courtney rescued him 2 years ago.
He added so much joy to my life because he was with me every minute of the day.
Stripe made friends with all the animals at Courtney's sanctuary in Buena Vista.
They developed a deep bond.
But November was the last time Stripe got to play with his friends.
He jumped off a small wood pile in our backyard. He was dragging his feet. He could not walk.
Courtney immediately took Stripe to a veterinarian.
He told us that he would snap out of it and I should take him back home, put him in a crate for crate confinement.
But after 2 days, Stripe's condition worsened, and the whining just wouldn't stop. So Courtney took him to an ER where she would learn that Stripe had a major injury in his spinal cord that was causing immense pain, and it was too late for surgery.
It is extremely traumatic. This is a scene that flashes through my head every day, and it's extremely traumatic that I could not say goodbye.
The State Board of Veterinarian Medicine determined that the vet that initially saw Stripe failed to perform a thorough neurologic assessment and provide the owner with appropriate treatment options. The board ordered the vet to watch a few educational videos and pay a $1,000 fine.
They will get multiple fines, education classes, slaps on the wrist, and that will be it.
And that's why animal attorney Christina Bergston says it's important to really find a good veterinarian. Besides the Google and Yelp reviews, Bergston says a search on the state's Department of Regulatory Agency's website is critical.
You can look up and see if that veterinarian has had any disciplinary history.
For Courtney, that process may take a while.
I'm terrified to go to another vet, actually. You know, it took my trust. It diminished my faith.
Bayan Wang, Denver 7.
For step-by-step instructions to search for a veterinarian's license history, head to our website, thedenverchannel.com. There you will also find more tips on finding a good vet.
Tomorrow marks a new point in the pandemic in Colorado. Several of the state's mass vaccine sites will be closing. The state health department says this is part of the governor's plan moving forward. The state says vaccine access, though, will not be greatly impacted since there are still 2,000 clinics enrolled in the program. Now, convenience might be the biggest struggle here, but those who operate the state sites say they have seen such a big decrease in people using them.
We are seeing just over about 300 individuals being vaccinated per week at these large community sites. So it's been a significant reduction as compared to the thousands we were seeing many months ago.
Now, community testing sites will remain open for the next couple of months across the state, as will the state's vaccine buses.
Open carry of guns will no longer be allowed inside voting centers across Colorado. Today, Governor Polis signed the Vote Without Fear Act into law. The bill prohibits openly carrying a gun within 100 feet of any drop box, voting center, or central count facility while election administration is inside. Secretary of State Jenna Griswold says this is meant to protect voters and workers alike.
You all know we've seen a rise of violent rhetoric around our democracy, and so taking this proactive step is going to be important. On top of that, we have seen incidents of open carry intimidating voters, but also intimidating election workers.
Breaking this new law will be a misdemeanor. On a first offense, you could face a fine up to $250 and up to 120 days in jail.
You know, you never know what you're going to find for sale in the Colorado housing market. One listing out of the Western Slope will let you be the owner of your own town. The small town of Kelowna, about an hour north of Telluride, currently listed for $6.6 million on Realtor.com. The listing says this is a one-of-a-kind opportunity. I would agree with that. So what exactly do you get? Well, the town comes with 9 rental homes, 12 residential lots, the historic post office and mercantile, and an outdoor pavilion. The listing says nearly all commercial buildings have been restored by the current owner. Now, the town originally hit the market in October, listed for $8.2 million, dropped to $6.6 in February. So really quite a steal to own your own town.
His generosity touched the hearts of so many.
For Channel 7, I'm going to offer this check to you guys.
You helped replace his stolen scooter.
I don't believe it. It's overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed.
And paid for a year's worth of rent.
We're going to pay for movers to help you move. And we're going to pay for your rent for the rest of the year.
Now you're making his smile just a little brighter.
A few evening snow showers, but a mild and dry Thursday is coming up.